Hi there, my name is Frazer Chesterman and this is the third in a series of video blogs that will be running from now until the show in November, focusing on industrial print market. Now, the big one for the third series is global trends. How is digital working in terms of the marketplace globally?
In our existing market, which is the labels and packaging sector, there's been quite an increase in pioneering in sort of development of existing customers going towards digital and inkjet based technologies.
It depends on the sector. So some sectors, as we know in ceramics, it's already done it. It's a done deal. More than 50% of ceramic tiles are printed digitally.
We see fabrics as the next sector. It's active in in natural materials already. Digital is used in quite a significant way. In indirect processes onto cotton polyesters, for example, that's still very much in the growth phase. We see flooring as an interesting area, a subsegment of decor, and we see direct to shape in very early stages. So there's an example of an existing analogue market sector that is ready to change, but the state of readiness is dependent upon the ability to deliver a complete, robust production process.
The wood industry is a very interesting one where there's lots of potential for digital, but there is a technology gap that needs to be filled. We've done a lot of research into the market size, and it's actually about this printed decorative wood is the same size as the ceramics market, which makes it sound very exciting.
We have a lot of active involvement with Asian organisations at OEM level, but traditionally that is in graphic type sectors. Okay. In terms of where we are working, I can't be too specific, okay, but there are a number of traditional Italian machinery manufacturers supplying into industrial market sectors, and these are companies that are using currently, are manufacturing and selling at the moment, analogue decoration equipment. Screen, dry offset, narrow web. All of them are actively investing in digital technology, ready for when the marketplace changes.
The knowledge base that's come out of university research, and Cambridge is a great example of that in particular, has driven the development of technology companies, and that's still the case today. Maybe it will widen out in the future as it becomes more mainstream, but I think in the near future it's going to remain based around those technology clusters today. That's where the real expertise is.
So Italians always want to have the leading edge of innovation, whereas we spoke earlier about the fact that in industry sectors we're looking for a recognised leader to make a change. We spoke about Unilever, Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola. In terms of countries, it will be Italian companies that make the first move and others will follow.
I find it somewhat surprising that America has not been quite at the forefront of the digital revolution, but I tell you what, I'm very pleased and happy that it's based in European.
Community, that's one of the interesting things. We observe this at pretty much every conference, how many players in the industry have to contribute in order to make this successful. It starts with the paper manufacturers, continues with the printers, goes into the machinery suppliers, and finally the panel manufacturers, the ink suppliers, and so on. So yeah, that's something which needs contribution from pretty much every player in the industry.
One of the drivers for this is the emergence of new technologies, particularly LED, where that means the whole of the ink sets have changed from traditionally how they were, and that's opened up a bit more of a period of development in the ink market. And here now we see that UV manufacturers, ink manufacturers, machinery manufacturers, integrators, they all start to collaborate more.
Mm-hmm. Open source is quite interesting because it is a little bit like the computer industry in the sense that you have several tiers of suppliers who work together in order to provide a product, and to some extent those people are cooperating, and to another extent they're also competing with each other. So you do end up in a situation where one company can be our partner, our supplier and our customer in different types of business, which which can make it quite interesting.
Part of my business is based on the fact that people cooperate and collaborate, and sometimes it really amazes me how many people on the wood-based panels industry need to cooperate in order to make it successful. The paper manufacturers, the printers, the ink manufacturers, the print head manufacturers, and so on. So it's amazing how well this cooperation actually goes.